This is part 3 of my 2025 NFL breakout players. First up, we got Xavier Worthy. Worthy was really good in last year's Super Bowl, and now that Rashee Rice is suspended for 6 games, he is going to do really, really well and get lots of targets. I don't know if the Chiefs are high on Pacheco, and they'll still pass the ball to the other receivers and Kelsey, but I think Worthy's going to get a lot more targets. Next, we got the linebacker for the Chargers, Deion Henley. Henley was really good last season. He's one of the better linebackers in the league, and I just think he's going to take the next step this year. The next breakout player I have is Javonte Williams. He was so-and-so the last couple years, but his rookie season, he was really, really good. And I think he can go and do what he did in his rookie season on the Cowboys, because they got a bunch of new linemen. They got Tyler Booker, I'm pretty sure it was. And I think Javonte's just going to do really, really well this season. So this might be a controversial one. A lot of people are thinking, Alvin Kamara's old. He's washed. He is getting older. That is a fact. But who is going to throw the ball? They have Tyler Shuck and Spencer Rattler. Those are probably the worst QBs. If one of them starts, they're probably the worst starting QB in the league so far. I don't know about Shuck. I know Rattler's going to be terrible. But they're going to just have to check down the ball and hand off the ball a lot to Kamara. Sure, they have Chris Olave, Jawan Johnson, but those aren't insane threats where they're like, we need to get the ball to him. So I think they're going to hand the ball off a lot and throw checkdowns to Kamara, so he's going to have a really, really good breakout season, even though he had a breakout season last year. Next up, it's not really a player, but it is the Panthers wide receiver core. I know they just lost Adam Thielen, but I'm a big believer in Xavier Legette. Well, I'm not a huge believer, but Xavier Legette will be decent. Ted McMillan is going to be insane. Jalen Coker, everybody on this team is going to do really well, and I think Bryce Young is going to take the next step. And this Panthers team, they won't make the playoffs, but they'll be decent. The next guy is Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley, he was really, really good before his gambling allegations, wasn't really allegations, but his gambling, and then he had to sit out for a year. So I think he's going to bounce back. He's been bouncing around a couple teams, but Cam Ward, I think Cam Ward will be decent. He won't be insane. But who else is Cam Ward going to throw the ball to? Chig Okonkwo? He's not going to be a huge threat. Calvin Ridley, he's going to throw the ball a lot to Ridley. Ridley's going to pop off, and he's going to have a breakout season. Now we got Justin Fields. Justin Fields, a lot of people don't believe in him. I think he'll be decent. I don't think he'll be Patrick Mahomes or even like CJ Stroud level. But I think he will be a decent quarterback that can get the Jets some wins. And he's going to use his rushing ability a lot. He's got Braylon Allen and Breece Hall in the backfield with Garrett Wilson to throw to. He could use more weapons, but I just think he's going to do really well this season and break out. Next, I got Jonathan Taylor. Taylor broke out a couple years ago, but he's going to do it again. I don't think he'll be as good as like Bijan or Barkley, but I think he'll be a top 5 or 6 running back in the league this year. Daniel Jones, I'm not a huge disbeliever in Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones, he's already what he is. He's not going to become prime Tom Brady. But Anthony Richardson could come back. Anything could happen, but they're still going to hand the ball off to Jonathan Taylor, no matter what quarterback it is, and Jonathan Taylor is a beast. Next is another Colt, Adonai Mitchell. Mitchell showed really, really promising stuff in training camp, and I just thought he was going to be good last year, and they didn't really play him that much. But this year, Daniel Jones is not afraid to chuck the football, and I think Adonai Mitchell will be one of the great receivers. Alec Pierce will be one of the great receivers in Indiana. I think the Colts receiving core is going to do really, really well this season, including Michael Pittman also. I think he's going to break out. Next up is Edgerrin Cooper. He was one of the best linebackers in the league last year, and he's going to do even better this year. He's going to get around the ball. He was really good at getting sacks, interceptions, fumbles, everything. He was always around the ball. So Edgerrin Cooper don't be surprised if Edgerrin Cooper is a top 3 linebacker by the end of the year. Next, we got Bryce Young. Bryce Young, last year, he got benched, and then he came off the bench and went insane. And I think he's going to keep that up. There's Ted McMillan and him look like they're going to be a really good duo. And then they got Leggett. Chuba Hubbard isn't even that bad. He's actually really decent. Jalen Coker, when he gets healthy, this team's going to be deadly. Well, I mean, not deadly, but they will be in the hunt for the playoffs. Not a playoff team, though. But Bryce Young is going to do really well. Next is Nate Wiggins. So the Ravens just got Jair Alexander. They've had Marlon Humphrey, Malachi Starks, and Kyle Hamilton. All their defensive backs are nasty. And Nate Wiggins is probably considered the worst out of all of them. Now, do I think he is? No. But they are going to target the ball. They're going to try to throw to Nate Wiggins because they don't want to throw to Marlon Humphrey, Jair, or Kyle Hamilton. So he's going to get a lot of chances to get interceptions, and he's going to take that opportunity and ball out. Yeah, I know. Everyone's saying, T-Law's going to break out this year, and I might be on the bandwagon, but also I think he's going to break out, but there's a chance he's not. There's a chance that Travis Hunter doesn't play as much on the offensive side, or Brian Thomas regresses, which I think is completely possible. I just think Bigsby's going to do decent. They might try to shy away from Travis Etienne and shy away from the running game and just try to throw the ball. If the offensive line can protect T-Law and he can get the ball out to BTJ, Brenton Strange won't even be bad this year, and Travis Hunter, he will have a good season. Second to last, I got Zay Flowers. He's just going to be the number 1 wide receiver. Mark Andrews might get less targets after his drop issues, and Zay Flowers looks like a dog, and Lamar needs a number 1, and that's going to be his number 1. That's really all I have to say. Last up, I have Evan Williams. Evan Williams, last year he was doing really decent along Xavier McKinney, but then had to go out because of an injury. I think he's going to come back strong. He's going to be with Xavier on the other side, and he's just going to ball out.